Audience, are you ready? Because I'm really excited because we have somebody really special on our show today. You want to see who he is? Come on, let's see. Come on. Did you see who he is? My God, really? Yes. Kavita, do you know who we have as guest today?
Of course, yes.
What do you mean you know? I've been dying to meet him for so long. Come on, Kavita. Wait. Hi. Before we start, can I have a selfie with you?
Sure.
Lovely. Lovely. So, tell me, how was it shooting with Prarthana Behre in Coffee and Barach Kahi?
Parag,
What?
had you watched Discovery, Nat Geo, something else in life,
You-
you would have not asked this question.
You act in Marathi movies, right?
Parag, this is Dr. Lalit Shimpi.
What?
Have you ever been told this before, that you resemble Vaibhav Tattwavadi?
I wish I was compared to a lot of famous people. So some people told me that you look like Shashi Tharoor.
Wow.
Huh?
I was impressed. Though I wish I was on the other side and being those personalities instead of what I am. But anyway, thanks for the compliments.
So, did you ever had that hairstyle like Shashi Tharoor?
Yes. So for in between for a few months I had a little hairstyle which was a little longer. आणि मग मला अशी ही सवय जरा लागली होती. But then seeing all the ladies around him, then everyone realized that you are not that person. He is something else and you are something else.
Fair enough. How do you make time for your passion from your very busy schedule?
I think everyone needs to take out a little me time for themselves because being professionals, whatever it may be medical profession or lawyers or it's a little stressful job. So I think थोडासा तो वेळ काढून आपल्याला जे काही पॅशन आवडतं किंवा आपली जी काही आवड आहे ती थोडीशी जोपासायला आय थिंक दॅट टाइम इज नीडेड अँड आय एम शुअर एव्हरीवन वॉन्ट्स टू डू दॅट अँड इफ यू रियली want to follow a particular passion outside of your profession, I think तो वेळ काढता येतो. So maybe half a Sunday or some free hours in the week is something that, आणि music is something that you can kind of pursue very quickly. म्हणजे पटकन आपली गिटार हातात घेतली किंवा whatever musical instrument you play or you're a vocalist, you can just kind of take out half an hour from the day and practice that and follow your passion. I think करायचं असेल तर करता येतं एवढं नक्की आहे.
We know you do make time, whether you're with friends or whether you're in the middle of work. So, how often do you practice or how often do you make time for your passion?
Generally, at least once a week, I make it a point to sit aside and do something in music. It may be just listening to music or singing or playing or whatever it is. People have different passions. म्हणजे कोणाला तरी ट्रेकिंगचं पॅशन असतं. So they can always find time in the mornings before they go to work to do that. So, but I think at least on the weekends I try to follow it.
So is that your zen space, your music and obviously guitar?
I think so because it's me time and I can be with myself. I can enjoy what I really enjoy. Profession is one thing, but music is another thing. Yeah.
Lovely. Audience, you might not know that Lalit had practiced so much audience, you might not know that Lalit has practiced so much that there was an incident. Lalit, can you share that incident with us and our audience?
सो ॲक्च्युली काय झालं, थोडंसं आपण प्रत्येक गोष्टीत काहीतरी पॅशनेट असेल ना तर वी टेन टू ओव्हर डू अ फ्यू थिंग्स अँड समटाईम्स इट क्रॉसेस द लिमिट्स. सो लास्ट इयर आय हॅड एन इशू वेअर आय वॉज प्रॉब्ली सिंगिंग अँड प्रॅक्टिसिंग टू मच आणि डिस्पाईट अ लिटल बॅड थ्रोट आय डिडंट रिअलाइज दॅट I was overdoing it, and it led to formation of something which is called a singer nodule. So there's a small kind of clot which forms over the vocal cords, and that causes a very bad hoarse voice which doesn't go off. तर हे साधारण असं एक 2-3 आठवडे 4 आठवडे चाललं. मला वाटलं आता बरं होईल पण ते काही झालं नाही बरं. So then I met an ENT specialist आणि then I got myself examined आणि in fact तो असा vocal nodule म्हणतात त्याला तो फॉर्म झाला होता. So for a few weeks we tried some kind of medical therapy and voice therapy पण ते finally didn't work out, so I had to undergo surgery for that. आणि that led me to kind of stop singing, so I was not advised to sing for about the next 3 months or 4 months. तो इनफॅक्ट आत्ताच एक साधारण महिनाभर झालाय मी परत गायला लागलो. पण तोपर्यंत सगळंच बंद झालं होतं. पण आय थिंक सच इन्सिडेंट्स काइंड ऑफ मेक यू रिअलाइज कुठेतरी ते असा स्विच आपल्याला बंद करायला लागतो. इवन दो यू माइट बी अ व्हेरी पॅशनेट पर्सन फॉर वॉट एव्हर यू लाईक टू डू, पण कुठेतरी तो यू नीड टू स्टॉप अँड पॉज अँड काइंड ऑफ स्टार्ट गोईंग स्लोली, बिकॉज यू नो यू आर नॉट इन युअर 20s or 30s where you can kind of say की whatever you do अरे काही होत नाही, you know, असं होत नाही ते. So as you go older, I think sometimes these issues come up. So it may be with anything. For example, आपण स्विमिंग करतोय, ट्रेकिंग करतोय, whatever you want to do.
Correct.
I think sometimes you need to go a little slow and realize that there are limitations to what you can do. Take a little pause and then continue, and then you can come back stronger.
But even this is, I mean, such an inspirational example that, you know, you did realize, you still went through the surgery and, you know, you're back at singing. So audience, I think that's the reason we always say #passion matters.
Lalit, we heard about your Zen state, your me time. I think it's only right that our audience would want to listen to what you're saying. Can we please have the pleasure of hearing you play a beautiful piece?
So I'll play something from one of my favorite bands called Pink Floyd. I'm sure the audience has heard a lot of their songs, and this one is called Wish You Were Here. It is a very beautiful and soulful song, and I'd like to really perform it for you over here. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, smile from a whale? Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Did you exchange a walk on the part in the wall, reed roll in a cave? We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. What have you found? The same old tears. Wish you were here.
Wow, that was so beautiful.
Thank you.
So audience, it is time for our special segment, Connect and Express, where you can connect with us using our YouTube channel and express your comments and answers on our YouTube video as well. And today, we have a very special passion which we are exploring in this segment. The passion is of doodle, but there is an interesting twist as always. So are you ready for it? Let's go for it. So Lalit and Kavita,
Yes.
as usual, what you need to do is, we have a doodle, and for you audience, the doodle is coming up on your screen right now. This particular doodle depicts 10 years of Lalit's life. Lalit, I'm sure you are well aware of this doodle.
Yes, I am.
So what you need to do is, you need to count the number of hearts you can see in this doodle. And we're gonna see who counts faster and accurately the number of hearts in this doodle. So audience, you can also start counting and post your answers in the comment section of this video.
Can we?
So are you both ready?
Yes, we are.
We have to say yes, right?
Yes. Audience, are you ready? Right. Let's go for it. Right. So Lalit and Kavita, please start counting. You still need to count, although you know this doodle by heart. I think you should still
Yes,
count.
but that is something that I never thought about as a puzzle, especially.
Kavita, I'm sure you know you're used to counting hearts.
Ladies are used to breaking hearts, not counting.
Ooh.
I think I'm done.
Really? Wow. Lalit, are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Alright, audience, are you done? Let's see if both of them have counted the correct number of hearts in this lovely doodle. So Lalit, what's your answer?
24.
Okay, and
28.
28 and 24.
4.
Audience, what do you think? How many number of hearts are there in this doodle which is up on the screen right now? Please put in your answers and I'll give you the answer. It is 42 hearts in this doodle.
Oh my God.
Closer.
24 is closer than to 42 than 28 is.
At least
this
you
is
have
4, 2
both
and
the
2, 4.
numbers as
Yes,
it's the other way around, but yes. Right, audience. So that was our Connect and Express segment for you. So Lalit, usually musicians and even singers, they try and use an unusual instrument or try and create music mixing different things together. But have you tried anything unusual as far as the music instrument is concerned, or it just singing is concerned?
I think when we kind of jam together with friends, a lot of times we do experiment with what we do. I have not created original music of mine, or I have not created original songs of mine, though I wish that someday that will also happen. But what we generally do when we jam together is to, pick up a scale of music. म्हणजे जसं आपण मराठीमध्ये एक राग असतात आणि त्याचे ठरलेले स्वर असतात. सो तसे काही नोट्स किंवा कॉर्ड्स एका स्केलमधले घ्यायचे आणि देन वी काइंड ऑफ जॅम टुगेदर. सो इफ आय एम प्लेइंग the bass guitar, then I can take those 3-4 chords or notes and start with a groove, and then the drummer can join us, and then the lead guitarist will join us, and then we kind of jam and take this together for say about 15-20 minutes or sometimes even half an hour सगळ्यांचा मूड चांगला असेल आणि so it creates a lot of original music.
Nice.
It's just that we don't record it or make it into a song, but if you actually do that, it may come out as, you know, wonderful songs.
True.
Lot of times what happens is when original music is planned, मग ते आपण आधी लिरिक्स शोधतो, मग त्याच्यावर थोडं स्ट्रक्चर्ड म्युझिक करतो आणि मग so sometimes that spontaneity in it is not there, is lost, but I mean it comes as a very nice song. But what we really enjoy more in our practices together is to kind of jam together and make music, and it is never the same. For example, म्हणजे जसं इंडियन क्लासिकल सिंगिंगमध्ये आहे की एखाद्या रागामधलं एक बंदिश गायली किंवा एखाद्या रागाचा आलाप घेतला तुम्ही आणि एक कॉन्सर्ट बघितला आणि द सेम सिंगर और द सेम म्युझिशियन आफ्टर अ वीक इफ ही इज परफॉर्मिंग इन द सेम राग और इन द सेम नोट्स, इट्स अ टोटली डिफरंट कॉन्सर्ट बिकॉज ती क्रिएटिव्हिटी त्या सिंगरची किंवा म्युझिशियनची आहे ही त्यावेळेला त्यांच्या मनात काय आहे त्याच्यावरनं ते एक तासभर त्याच्यावर दे एन्थ्राल पीपल हू आर लिसनिंग टू दॅम अँड इट इज डिफरंट एव्हरी टाईम. So it is the same in Western music also. I think so if you practice or if you're jamming every week or every 2 weeks, you do create a lot of music. It's just that it's not recorded, so you don't look at it as original music.
But it's all about different passions coming together and actually gelling together to, you know, obviously have a very nice time is, I think, is the bottom line.
Yes, it is. आणि म्हणजे स्वतः नुसतं आपण हे प्रॅक्टिस करण्यापेक्षा आपण जेव्हा 4 मित्रांबरोबर किंवा 4 म्युझिशियन्स बरोबर एकत्र येऊन एका ओपन फोरममध्ये हे करतो तेव्हा डेफिनेटली इट क्रिएट्स अ लॉट ऑफ मॅजिक विच यू एन्जॉय, यू नो, बिकॉज यू ऑल्सो एन्जॉय अप्रिशिएटिंग वॉट द अदर म्युझिशियन इज प्लेइंग ऑन युअर ग्रुप. म्हणजे नुसतंच मी ड्रम वाजवतोय आणि त्या ड्रमवर नुसतंच ते बाबा 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 मी अर्धा तासच वाजवलं तर त्याच्यात म्युझिक होत नाही. पण बरोबर अजून 4 लोक असतील आणि त्यांनी ते जे त्यातलं म्युझिक क्रिएट केलं तर ते ऐकण्यामध्ये मला जी मजा येते दॅट कीप्स यू काइंड ऑफ गोईंग एव्हरी टाइम टू दॅट जॅम रूम from your friends and from
so I
your
think
other
this
musicians.
is one of those rare occasions where, you know, multiple chefs in the kitchen is actually helping.
is actually helping. Yes.
That's cool.
So your passion completely encompasses, I think, your music, your friends, and your guitar. That's what your world is about.
They do. It is.
So I think it's only right that we hear a favorite music piece that talks about your passion. What is closest to your
Something like Dil Dosti Dunyadari type something.
heart? I'm so glad you're not in this passion. Please just ignore the question.
Okay, so I think my kind of favorite music is, as I said, 70s, 80s. Let me play and sing something for you from Elvis Presley.
Ooh,
Lovely,
nice.
of course, yes.
Okay, so let's do it. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like the river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, 'cause I can't can help falling in love with you.
Whoa.
Oh. Lalit, we've been hearing your notes for you playing for so many years, and we know that you always get your notes right.
Thank you.
So with that, which has been the most challenging English song to play for you to get the notes right, and why?
Actually, what I generally do, I'm more of a vocalist who plays the guitar to accompany myself. So there are a few. If you can offhand ask me, maybe there is a song by Louis Armstrong called "What a Wonderful World."
Oh yes.
Oh yes, of
Yeah,
course.
so this is from the movie Madagascar.
Yes.
Yeah. So, so when you accompany yourself, you need to play the chords right, and then you need to get your notes right when you're singing.
That's true.
I think it's not a very difficult song to sing. It is an awesomely beautiful song, but there are at least about 25 chords that are so difficult to play along with that. That is one song that I really love to sing, but I would rather have someone else playing the chords with me. But it's an awesome song, and I think when composers make such beautiful songs, they put in a lot of efforts into making it sound so right, every note, every chord. की ते कुठलं तरी म्हणजे सी शार्प मायनर ॲड 9 वगैरे असे कुठली तरी एक कॉर्ड असते त्याच्यामध्ये जी फार अवघड असते वाजवायला. But I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of guitarists who can do that very well, especially if their guitar theory is good or they are good musicians. But I think that's a challenging song for me because it's more the challenge to play when you sing. When you're accompanying yourself, you need to get both things right.
Yeah.
You need to get the playing right as well as singing right.
I think
So how long did it take you to master that tune?
No, it requires a little practice sessions, but it was a challenge. But once you kind of hear the song in the end, or you do finish what you are starting with, I think that satisfaction is really immense. It's like any other thing, तुम्ही ट्रेकर असाल आणि तुम्हाला तो पीक जेव्हा जमतो करायला किंवा नाही मी अन्नपूर्णाला गेलो आणि ते केलं. सो इट्स काइंड ऑफ सो इट्स सिमिलर इन म्युझिक. You have your own challenges, and once you get to the point where you have kind of actually taken that challenge up by its horns and gone and done that, it's an immense satisfaction, I think.
wonderful.
Absolutely. And talking about challenges, because you being a doctor, I'm sure you're no newbie to challenges, so I think you must have enjoyed this different challenge.
Correct.
To
And
get
you
the
do.
tune right.
It's like treating a difficult patient and getting the diagnosis right and treating them right. If it's, say for example, some rare disease which you don't see very frequently, and then once you get that satisfaction from the patient saying that नाही आम्ही बरं झालो आणि so it's very similar to that. So things in life are very similar. It's just that the fields are different.
That probably means that the next time some of us also listen to that song, we'll probably be a little more sensitive to the kind of hard work that goes
Yes. I'm sure the composer's hard work and the singer's hard work is something. आपण म्हणजे नुसतेच गुणगुणतो ते गाणी बरेच वेळा, पण त्याच्या मागे किती त्याचे कष्ट गेलेले असतात हे बरेच वेळा आपल्याला थोडंसं आपण लक्ष दिलं तर जास्त मजा येते.
Please don't try
I think that is called as appreciating the song.
Yeah. So, no, you asked him how long it took, so just so that he should not try it, I'm just telling you.
No, I'm sure he can try. We'll have one session with him for
I'll
that.
try and listen to it properly. That's what I'll do.
Yes.
I think it changes the way you listen to music, because if you appreciate how much effort goes behind creating a hit song, कारण आपल्याला ते असं वाटतं की अरे पटकन काहीतरी एक 4 नोट्स जमले आणि किती छान झालं ते गाणं, पण त्याच्या मागचे एफर्ट्स खूप असतात.
Absolutely. But I think, Kavita, even there are songs which some people might not like. Even they have a lot of efforts behind it.
Sure.
So there was a song which she didn't like in one of the previous episodes, and she was going on
Where
and on
she got
about it.
From. I don't know where he got it from. I'm so glad. Please don't listen to it. We'll forget how to jam the next time.
So here is my Doctor Strange moment. Lalit, I've been eager to ask you this question just like Doctor Strange plays this dramatic music when he is about to operate, have you ever tried something similar to that? Or at least, sing or play some music during your practicing your profession?
I think a lot of patients might not know it or realize it, but a lot of operations, surgeries, procedures are done with music in the background.
Really?
Yeah. So if you go to, and nowadays this is more like a accepted kind of trend or something that is very routinely done, is that if you see most of the hospitals in the city, they will have music going on in the background when the surgeons are operating.
Nice.
So it takes their mind, because many of these surgeries are stressful for a lot of doctors and surgeons. You have neurosurgeons who are doing surgery for 5 hours, 6 hours, or spine surgery. So they are very complicated surgeries. You need to put in a lot of concentration into that, and it kind of stresses you out when people are operating. But I think most operating theaters now have music going in the background. It may not be the kind of Doctor Strange kind of music where you have a lot of dancing going on in the background. But yes, soothing kind of music is there. अँड आमच्याकडे हॉस्पिटलमध्ये लता मंगेशकर दीदींची म्युझिक असतात किंवा किशोर कुमार यांची सॉंग्स चालू असतात, कारण सगळ्यांनाच ते थोडंसं रिलॅक्स होतं. इट्स नॉट जस्ट द सर्जन हू इज ऑपरेटिंग, you have the sisters, the nurses, the technicians, the staffs. So everyone's mood is kind of better and elevated, and it's a much more relaxed environment, because that is needed most when you have kind of complicated surgeries going on. So हे जे डॉक्टर स्टेज मध्ये दाखवलं किंवा म्युझिक, yeah. नाही, पेशंट्स आर अंडर एनेस्थेशिया, सो दे डोंट अंडरस्टँड एनिथिंग. पण म्हणजे that is something.
So I think it's similar in cricket, because I think Sehwag was singing during his the epic 300 run inning at Multan. So maybe even the medical profession has taken inspiration from Sehwag's innings.
No, I think what it does is basically relaxes a person. म्हणजे क्रिकेटमध्ये सो तेच आहे शेवटी, की ते समोरचे दोन बाउन्सर आपल्या अंगावर आल्यावर कुठेतरी त्यांना असं स्ट्रेसफुल वाटत असेल, तो स्ट्रेस कुठेतरी आपण, आणि इट ऑल्सो इन्क्रीज द कॉन्फिडन्स. म्हणजे समोरचा नॉन स्ट्रायकरवाला असं म्हणत असेल ना की अरे हा गाणी वगैरे म्हणत मस्त 300 मारतोय, सो समोरच्यांना सुद्धा कदाचित वाटत असेल की इफ यू आर गुड ॲट युअर वर्क अँड दिस डझंट बॉदर यू, ऑर इट इन्स्पायर्स यू, व्हाय नॉट?
Absolutely. I mean, now that our audience knows that we have the Doctor Strange in the house, do you think one of the patients might ask you कि डॉक्टर साहब थोड़ा मतलब प्रोसीजर के टाइम पे थोड़ा सिंगिंग हो जाए?
I don't mind at all.
There you go, audience. Next time you go and visit Lalit, and if you're being operated by Lalit, here is something for you. You can ask him to sing your favorite song or his favorite song as well.
And then we'll probably put in a thing where you can just give them local anesthesia so they can listen to what you're saying.
I don't mind at all.
That is lovely. Lalit, we have a very special message from a very special fan. So here is the message, and see if you can read the message out to our audience.
I'm sure whoever has written the fan is also a doctor.
A doctor.
But even if I can't understand it, I'm sure my pharmacist will understand it. So I'll give it to him or her to find out what exactly is written. But yes, this is how most doctors' prescriptions will look like. It is basically meant for a purpose that the patient should not understand exactly what is written inside.
But the pharmacist should understand.
Yes, the pharmacist. So many of the love affairs between doctors and pharmacists actually start like this, because no one else understands what is going on.
So next time something like this comes across, we're going to get it to you.
Yes. that was a joke.
So Lalit, now that you've seen that, does that remind you of anything? Something interesting?
No, not really. But you'll need to tell me about what you're talking about.
Okay, we have some very interesting comments that some of your friends have made for you on Facebook. I'm actually going to read those out.
Okay, let's go.
And actually we have that post coming up on screen 1 right now. So even you can then see what the post is, And now you can imagine what the comments would be.
Okay, I can make out that is happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
One of the comments there was, हे जेवायच्या आधी आहे का नंतर आहे?
I think there was another epic comment. 1 kilo dahi. I mean, really?
No, I'm sure that most doctors have this kind of handwriting, and I think that's what makes them
Beginning
really.
to wonder if that is actually a qualification to become a doctor.
Yes, I'm sure it is. So we had kind of jokes where first year MBBS, second year MBBS, third year MBBS, and then MD, and by the time you are specializing, the handwriting kind of becomes more and more uneligible. But let me tell you, more than what the qualifications are or how the patient actually got better, a few of my patients did kind of say that, Doctor, you have a wonderful handwriting.
Oh, okay.
But here are 2 more comments which we have. I think
defies-
I don't want to see this.
I think it's Tanmay Shah who says, Doctor, 23 medical फिरलो पण कुठंच मिळालं नाही. And there is one more which says, Doctor, if there is ink in your pen.
काय म्हणजे लिहिताय काय?
No, I told you. The secret is between the pharmacist and the doctor. The rest, everything you can forget.
Well, there you go, audience. You know, the secret is out behind this suspicious writing by all the doctors. So thank you so much, Lalit, for being on the show once again in season 2. And it was a lovely interaction, and those performances were absolutely mind-blowing.
Absolutely. And just the way they say, music is the language of the soul. It's been a beautiful time with you, listening to your music, your passion. And thank you again for being here with us. And to the audience, we are going to wait to jam again with Lalit very soon.
Thank you.
Absolutely. But audience, before we go away, you know, there is something interesting in this room. We have a almost doctor in the room. Do you know why? I think, you know, let's hear it from Kavi that, you know, why she calls herself almost a doctor. Kavi, if you want to
Yes, tell me.
tell Lalit that.
Well, one of the qualifications I don't have is that my handwriting is not so bad.
Okay.
And for the other things, yes, I come from a medical family. And well, except for the qualification of not being able to dissect a frog, I almost became a doctor. That's
You
all.
should have done that.
There we go.
That's all.
It would probably be a better world that way.
At least it's better than saying ki I would have almost been a doctor. It's just that I didn't get admission in the college, or I never, you know.
I didn't want to dissect.
Which is why I said it's better than saying that. So yes.